Brittany Rogers, 1 year, 6 months.
Jocelyn Gray, 1 year, 6 months.
Mallory Coomer, 9 months.
Rachel Kolodrovich, 3 months.
From the suburbs.
I've been in Toledo my whole life.
I'm from Cleveland, a suburb called North Royalton.
I live in Willard. It's more of a small kind of suburban town.
My mother is a nurse.
My mom's an occupational hand therapist. My dad works with at Medical Mutual, which is a insurance company.
My dad works at St. V's.
Parents are divorced. Mom lives in Florida. I have 3 younger brothers.
I have 2 little sisters. One of them's 19, the other one's my mini-me, she's 12.
We love animals. We have a lot of them. We have 4 dogs. We had 2 ferrets. I think we just got rid of them. We have about 16 chickens and 3 cats.
I work another job at the mall. I do some promo modeling for extra money. And then
I'm an RA at the Crossings, which is a residence hall on UT's campus. And
I have babysit quite a bit. I've actually been with that family for like 4 years now. There's 4 kids.
my hobbies are gymnastics, dance. I like to read and paint. Yeah.
I like to play flute. I like to read. I'm really interested in bones, so I used to collect bones that I'd find. I actually got one for a Christmas present one time. It was a muskrat.
I like making money or playing athletics, but that's about it.
I'm a nursing student at the University of Toledo.
I'm a nursing major in my senior year, my last semester. Hopefully I graduate.
I'm a Bowling Green student, a Bowling Green nursing student.
I'm going to be a senior nursing student.
I think that's about it.
I found out about Eric because there was a young lady who came to our
I
class.
think it might have been pharmacology, and explained who she was, what she did, who she worked for.
She wouldn't be able to work for him anymore.
So I contacted him, and I wanted the job because it was medically related.
And my pockets were hurting because I'm always broke, so I needed some more work.
And then one of my best friends works with him, and I asked her about it, and she said she got a lot of experience. He's really cool. He's really nice.
On a flyer, on a bulletin board, which is in the basement of a building where I had classes on the health science campus. And I just called a number.
Oh, geez. See if I can remember it.
The interview process,
He just basically had me come in, pulled out the chair.
tell me what the job would be like.
He didn't really ask me for references because he said that references would just say nice things about you.
Asked me about why I was interested in the job and what kind of things I could do.
And that I really didn't need to have as much experience because he would train me himself, which he did.
And I, of course, had questions for him, like what exactly would I be doing, and he did an awesome job explaining it to me.
He basically said, described the morning routine and what I would be doing to get him up.
Waking him up in the morning.
You know, anyone's regular early morning routine, you know.
It's a lot of manual labor.
Various
With
ways
pillows
of
and stuff.
stretching.
The morning
out from under his
routine
legs
is
and
basically
and
taking the
then
pillows and
I
blankets off
get
the
him
bed,
putting on his
getting him
pants,
situated,
getting him
and
out of his
then
bed into
doing
his
range of
chair.
motion
And then I
for
usually
legs,
Then putting on the rest of his clothing.
And
changing
go to the
dressings,
closet.
and
Then we
changing
heat
I'll
him
move around with the shirt
Leg
color.
range.
Or
tight
finally
bags,
slide on
single
one.
leg
I
bag
set him up so
for
he's
him.
able to
Transfer from the
jump,
bed to
and
his chair.
Then
arm
get a shirt on
stretching,
and then
and
he
glasses.
looks and
we do
tells me
brushing
about
teeth and
different ways
motion,
to
just getting dressed,
rearrange his pants,
wristbands.
unbunch him a bit,
Control,
Those things.
routine, brushing your
up
teeth,
in the
Um,
bag.
face.
You know, make sure that he's
After that, we usually
situated in the chair.
go
Anything else he
and,
needs?
And
get
then
breakfast.
Even
Usually
simple
his
things like
shoes,
scrambled
blow
eggs
or
every
putting
morning.
Blistex on.
His
Heat
splints,
in the
glasses.
microwave for 20 seconds.
He eats breakfast, and when he's eating,
He has
I
4
make his
slices of
bed.
pear, 2 of which he eats.
Take care of
the other 2 we throw
bed
away.
bag
Um,
fully during the night.
That's his daily intake of fiber, he always tells me.
I
also turn on TV,
swivel the
usually watches
tissues. I get the
ESPN.
lip
you know,
balm
some kind of
ready,
football. I've
the
learned a lot
nasal
by
spray
watching
ready
ESPN in
on
the
the
morning with
bed.
them.
And then when he's done eating, and I get his pills.
After
And then
that,
when he's done eating, we do arm range.
usually go ahead and go in the
and
bathroom.
then hit the bathroom, and he brushes his
brush
teeth.
the teeth. I usually get everything
hair.
set up beforehand. So we brush
And
the
then
teeth, comb his hair. He has to
we're
make sure his
done.
sideburns are just right.
blow his nose, do the lip balm,
or if
take
he
his
has
temp, and
itch
then
or
rearrange
something
him.
on his head, I have to make sure that I'm
he'll,
getting
like,
all
do
the
this and,
flyaways
like,
down and
say,
itching the
pull
back
me
of his
right a
head,
little
so
bit.
everything's in place,
And that's
comfortable.
what I usually do. And I get his water jug really hot,
What else do we
but
do?
not too hot.
They
'Cause then he
usually
wants, like, a half a
gargles
cup of
and
cold
everything
in.
when he's done with his teeth. Wash his face off, and then he dries
That's
it.
a typical morning with
and
Eric.
that's pretty much the bathroom routine. When we're done with that, then after breakfast, I think it is. I don't really remember now that I think about it, but we always do arm range. That's just stretching his arm muscles again, and then at some point, various times, he has me pull him up in the chair, or sometimes he'll have me just pull his arms when he's reclined just to stretch them. And then that's usually about it for the morning.
Oh my goodness. I am so much faster now doing the morning routine than when I first started.
You know, the time slot 7 to 9.
It used to take me a little more than 2 hours.
I would get out of there at like 9:15, 9:20 sometimes.
Depending on what type of exercise he does in the morning, I usually have him all taken care of by 8:30 now.
And we keep adding stuff in as I get faster.
Everything in the morning is always the same. So basically, once you just become familiar with the routine, you usually just pick up speed just because it's going to be the same way every single morning.
I just know what to do now, and I know how to prioritize, just walking to the bathroom, getting so many things done in one trip instead of having to come back, have him explain something else simple to me, go do it, and then come back, have him explain another thing to me.
It's probably so structured that I could probably pretty much come in and do it without him saying anything to me, or me saying anything to him. I could pretty much just do the whole thing and know it from memory.
Eric is a very good teacher.
He helped show me, taught me how to do all the range of motion and like which ways to do it, all by verbal command. So, and getting other things ready. And
Eric picks his words wisely when he's giving us instructions. He takes his time,
But he also repeats himself a lot.
and then he'll forget that he explained it to you, and then he'll explain it again to you the next time. But I mean, it works. It helps us know what to do.
It helps me learn maybe a better way to do it or a more time efficient way to do something. So
He knows exactly everything about his wheelchair. He knows exactly everything about the care. He knows so much about his body and how his body works.
He knows exactly what you need to do to be able to take care of him, so he's probably the best teacher out of anybody.
I think he likes teaching me about the certain tasks. I feel like if it were me in his position, I would get kind of annoyed sometimes having to tell people all the time everything.
But I know at the same time that when he has to teach you something new, it takes longer until you really get the hang of it. So I can't necessarily say he enjoys it.
I think to an extent he does, but at the same time I think it kind of gets maybe a little redundant and just kind of, I think it'd be easier if he didn't have to teach anybody. He could just have that continuation of care.
I didn't think
I definitely did not think
I never thought
I never thought.
I could ever lift anyone without assistance.
that I would be able to lift a grown man without assistance.
I'd be able to lift a grown man without assistance.
But Eric
that I could lift a grown man like that.
helped me learn how to transfer from the bed to a wheelchair.
I never thought I could do that.
I still haven't quite perfected it.
Oh no.
I'm so not wearing the clothes for this.
Sure. How am I supposed to do that without a body?
I go like this, take his legs,
And I
pull him close to me, up to
basically
my chest, and pull him
straddling
as
him,
close to me as I can.
putting my
keeping
hands on
your
his
legs bent.
underneath his hips,
And then I
rocking back
pull
and forth
him
a couple
up
of
to me.
times.
He puts his arms around
And then
my
with my
back.
body
My
weight,
hands
being
go
able to
under
shift
his
him into a
thighs
chair.
right here, kind of under his butt.
So he's laying
And then
down
you
bed.
do
So to
3
transfer
big
I don't know if that was the
rocks,
best
and on
rock.
the third
You
rock when
sit him
his
up
weight comes on
and
me.
you put his legs in
I
between your
use
legs
the
and bend,
velocity of the
you
rock,
lift
and
him over your shoulder
pick
and
him
stick
up
your
and
hands
then
under his
boom,
hip
right into the
bones,
chair.
and then you have to bend and lift and transfer to the chair all in one motion. And then, yeah. Is that good enough?
It's kind of cool.
And I'm starting to feel more confident.
Taking him to school or run errands or out.
He said basically all I need to do is kind of get him ready, get him in the car, and kind of, get a seatbelt on and secure him in place and everything. And then we'd just go.
To malls, doctor visits,
I think I took him to 2 antique shops.
to orchestras. We had an art class. That was fun.
Oh, I've taken him to movies. He introduced me to Twilight, and the addiction began.
Festivals. I've taken Eric to a lot of stuff. There's always
Plays or ballets or some kind of concerts. Trans-Siberian Orchestra was awesome. Loved it.
going on vacation. That's one of the best things to do, working for Eric, because, I mean, you're helping him get ready on an everyday basis, but we get to enjoy the same things that he does when he goes on vacations. Went to go to Detroit, and we gambled, and I met one of his college roommates and stuff, and they taught me how to play blackjack. Why'd I go with Mallory?
Me and Jocelyn went to Cleveland with Eric,
Got to stay at the Crown Plaza, which was a nice hotel.
and we did a Indians game, I think that night that we got in, and then we hit the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I think one of the main elevators broke down.
So, because of their elevators not working, we couldn't see the rest of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Something so simple of an elevator not working throws off an entire day for him. And, you know, it's in Cleveland, so it's going to now take him to schedule a whole new trip with another set of aides.
I kind of pay attention to more of that type of stuff now. One of the trips that we did, me and Eric took on, we went to Chicago, and that was pretty cool. Just seeing the city. I had to go to Navy Pier. We did go to the Cubs game. My dad came to the Cubs game too. We had some of the best parking you could get because we were right next to player parking. They had took him in the elevator, really made sure that he was taken care of.
I took him to a poster convention.
In Columbus, and
He collects tons of movie posters.
they even have vendors that are like, that have their own rooms and stuff because they have some of the best movie posters.
Old ones, new ones, some I knew, some I didn't. Huge ones, like the size of a wall, kind of posters, or, you know, really little ones that are, you know, a notebook size paper. Some of them I thought looked like crap, where Eric would be like, oh, look at the painting of that. He pointed out a poster to me one time that I think he said was worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I think it might have been like $200,000 or something like that. Some people were a little weird, but is Eric a poster geek? Maybe.
It's nuts. I don't know. It's crazy to me. Eric's injury.
Eric's injury.
Injury.
It's been a while since he told me this.
From what I was told,
It occurred when I believe he was 21.
Eric went on a skiing trip and with a group of friends.
They were done, so it was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning, I think, when they were coming home.
He broke his neck at the 5th cervical vertebrae.
He was in the passenger seat, and
The guy that was driving started falling asleep.
With the wheel.
The C5 disc in his neck
They started going off the road, and Eric
was awake and, you know, kind of.
shook him some to wake him up.
The C5 fracture in his spinal column.
The guy, you know, saw that he was starting to go crazy, so
the driver overcorrected, and they
Flipped like 5 or 6 times.
Eric just bumped his head, and it
Fractured his 5th cervical vertebrae, which caused him to become paralyzed. And the only thing I could see how it benefited Eric is helping him get out the house some, but I don't know how much of a huge benefit it is, and there probably could have been somebody else.
Have I made an impact on him? I mean, I'm just, you know, just another aide.
There's still some credit. Jesus.
Eric is definitely better off working with me because I'm a fun person.
I hope so. I hope that, you know, if anything, you know, he might have learned how to deal with someone who's like me.